Okay, hello, everybody. Quick thumbs up if you can hear me okay, and then I'll get started. Fantastic. Okay, as always, with the recap, I won't be giving any shout outs at the beginning. If you want to hang around to the end, I'll give a few shout outs. I did notice a couple more people had joined the T Club. Thank you very much. And for anybody who wants to know, everybody is in green who is part of the T Club. More information, just hit that join button and we will be good to go. But welcome everyone for this recap of the roundtable with our CEO Ash Mufareh last night. And before I get started again, as always, I want to give a massive thank you to Peter Sarer, Janet Butler from the Bahamas, and also Daryl Cook from the Bahamas and America for helping with the recap, which is written in the back office. Once again, I'm afraid there will be no recording of what went on last night, and that was by request of our CEO Ash Mufareh, and it really does go to show that if you can make it live, then that is where you're going to get all of the best information. Yes, we understand people do have to work, but for just now, this is what he wants. And this is what we have to do. Martin Jansen, thank you very much. You've just rejoined the T Club. Hello to you. So that's where it is for now. I will do my best to recap as much as I possibly can. There is stuff I'm not allowed to go over, which is proprietary for the people who turned up there live. And unfortunately, you'll have to read the recap, which is under updates in your back office to get the full gist of what went on. But I have to say, excited doesn't even come close to what I was feeling yesterday. If ever I have thought I am in the right place at the right time, as far as a founder is concerned, now is the time, I can assure you. Amanda Hogue, thank you for your super sticker. It's very kind of you. I really do believe that as a founder in ONPASSIVE, I have a very, very special place in ONPASSIVE, and I think we really need to start realizing how good an opportunity this really is. Anyway, I digress, and I want to get right into this recap, and hopefully I'll be able to convey really what went on and how excited our CEO was about what he was talking about. There is quite a lot of information here. I'll do my best to convey it, but also, like I said, if you guys want to go over and read the update from Peter, then it is there for you. So he came on then, he said, hello, my name is Ash and I'm your friend. Extra bit on the end of it, he said, and I am here to help you. And that is such a true statement. Everything to do with ONPASSIVE is not only for the company, but it's more specifically for us as the founders. He said, as always, a new website is available. It's Monday, of course, and a new website is there with the replica on link 60 in your back office. For the newbies who don't know where that is, log into your back office on the left-hand side dashboard, scroll down to My Links section. When that pops up, you will see some headers. One says ONPASSIVE. Click on that and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you will see link number 60. If you are sending out to people, make sure you put your details there and email so that they can get back in contact with you once again. He says, success is when your business is dependable. He said, we are predictable, and that means that you know what you can expect. That is so true. ONPASSIVE really is a steady Eddie type of business. Why? Because everything that we have said has come to fruition. You can depend on us as a company. We're not going to be gone. We are staying here. We are building from the ground up the structure to support everything that is expected to be coming our way. He also went on to say, I prepare my talks to be around 10 topics, but many of the times founders trigger more things for me to discuss when I come on. Now, I know exactly how that feels, because whenever I do anything, I'd like to jot a few things down to trigger what I want to say, but inevitably you guys in the chat always give me something else to think about. Exactly the same when I'm on 360 with the lads as well. He went on to say, this is the very last round table in this present format. We are going to be moving forward. He said, thank you for everybody who has attended, watched, all the leaders and speakers who have been on multiple times as well. But it really is time to move into the next phase. He said, we are poised to move on and to scale up in this game. He said, it's time to move on. As of next week, things will become more visible and organized in our back office. He talked a little bit more about this as well. He said everything is coming more sophisticated. He also wanted to give a big thank you and congratulations to the Somalian guys, brothers and sisters over there for their live event. And I think everybody who was on it will all say what a fantastic event it was. He said many more countries and communities are stepping up to bring ONPASSIVE to the masses live in many, many venues. He said success is not a mystery. The formula is very simple. You have a vision, you have a plan, you take action, and you move forward on this. Knowing where you want to go and what you want and being willing to pay that price is all that you need. Most successful people have learned early on about their passion of what they want to accomplish. They know dark days and times come, so they put the time and work in and eventually get where they want to go. He says, have a list of your goals. This is your focal point of what you need to get to your destination, because it is not an easy one straight road. Okay, you need that roadmap, a specific plan, a target, and a destination. Clarity is super important, but put in the effort and the ability to learn and you will get there. He said graduates are often undecided. They have an idea and some are unwilling to pay the price because of the discomfort that goes into being successful. I know that firsthand myself on my journey with ONPASSIVE and previous things as well. There is a rocky road ahead of many people. And the irony is, the more successful you become, the more haters that you will have. You have to be ready for that. You have to understand that's the process. And for a lot of people, they don't have a thick enough skin to be able to brush that off and stay laser focused on what the results they want. Hence, he said, you have a choice. We can make results or we can make excuses. It's entirely up to you. But the perfect formula is knowing the price and what price you have to pay and saying, I will do it or die, is the attitude that we want to have within ONPASSIVE. We are very predictable and we know what is coming. Some people say it's luck. He mentioned about this as well. I actually think there needs to be a little bit of luck involved as well. I mean, we've all been there. People say, you're really lucky, it's all right for you, etc. And you do need a little bit about that. But one thing you have to do, you have to take every single opportunity when doors open to you. You have to grab it firm with your hands. He says you have a vision and you are looking for the manifestation to come into existence. I have this picture and this image. When it passes, I click on it, I grab it. I believe I can create my own luck. I certainly believe that as well, by the way. I have the picture, I have the clarity, and I start shooting towards it. And as you increase your odds, it may not work the first time. It may not work the second or the third or even multiple times. But if you keep going, you create your own luck by success and, more importantly, by design. Another word is fortunate, he says, and you should be happy that we have created the perfect image and we are hitting that target with ONPASSIVE. He said the theory is really simple, but the practicality is where the success lies. A recipe is clear. The ingredients are clear. The path to follow is very, very straightforward, and you will get there. May not be the first time, but you will eventually get there. You can come, do the same. Don't expect any handouts, but one thing is expected from you. If you want that path to be clear, if you want your goal to be realized, then you have to put a bit of work into it. Does this mean that ONPASSIVE are not going to get to work for you as a founder? Of course not. This is what we've signed up for. We have signed up for the company to work on our behalf. What I am talking about now is for the ones that want to get to their goal earlier, the ones that want to make more of themselves. This is what you have to do to get to that goal a lot quicker. Expect the outcome and then work for it. And at some point, you will become an expert. I believe in luck, he said, but because I create my own luck by design, he said, that is what makes it successful. He also went on to say, we must be together to get where we want to go by contribution and a collectiveness to get in a direction. And as long as we are laser focused on that direction, the big picture, we can push aside any of the small nonsenses that may come our way. He also went on to say, I try to avoid discomfort. This is interference and all the rest of it. But with this, you will grow. The feeling of challenges is a healthy growth. And that is very, very true. If it's easy, guess what? You're not growing. You know, when you're learning to surf, right, on a surfboard, what do continually? You're falling off it. But your persistence, your clarity of vision of what you want to do, the more you try, eventually you'll end up standing up. Having your own business online is no different. You have to have that clarity of mind of where you want to go to. You have to keep falling over to be able to get back and try again. Keep pushing forward and you will be blessed. Most will not try, okay, for this radical dream of ONPASSIVE. Why? Because it's too hard for them. But we are helping you in your dream of getting to your goals because we are doing all of that work in the background. He said successful people accept challenges and cope with them. It's a natural part of the game. If there are no challenges, we are not ascending. It's easy to settle for comfort. And that is a really, really true statement. Normally, the people who say, it's all right for you. You've been lucky. How fortunate have you been? All of these types of terminologies. Why? Because they are not prepared to put that sacrifice in. You are, and that is why you will reap the rewards. He said, in fact, in human nature, we are magnetized to attract to success. And up to now, it sounds like success is delusional for many and are limited to a certain class, and sounds like the majority should not even try. We are bred this from a very, very early age, unfortunately. How many times do you hear in schools of people being stripped back of their dreams and their ideologies because it's not part of the system? He said, and as this success was somehow monopolized by other people and manipulated to a few in society, this has been true until now, until ONPASSIVE has come along, and we are flipping this picture totally upside down. With ONPASSIVE, there is space for everybody to be successful. When so many minorities get connected, that power becomes a greater power because we are all connected. We then become the majority. And when you put everyday people from all walks of life in terms of success into a business, we all have our power somehow and the good inside. But I see it when we get together, we dare to think and dream, we hope. Instantly society and the market starts to block what we are trying to do. They challenge us because they don't understand what we can see. But the more we grow, the tougher we get, and the challenges that come our way, we don't feel that we need to understand the logic of other people's because they are not part of the process. As they say, no pain, no gain. The more you feel it, the more you'll become tolerant to the high chances of becoming a successful person online. He said, as of now, most of the population don't have a chance. That is so true. They are stuck in their 9-to-5s. They have stuck in the debt trap that has been indoctrinated into so much of society now that they have no chance. We are so lucky. Not only we designed our future, we are paving the way and setting up the road for a new lifestyle for the generations to come. It's a sad thing when we should refuse to have a dream. How many people have had that dream knocked out of them time and time again? You know, society stops us dreaming. With ONPASSIVE, we are taught to dream again, to have that thing in our mind of what we really, really want out of life. And what are the things we want out of life? Financial freedom and time security. All of these things that we want. And this means having a better lifestyle. He said, what a powerful legacy, and we are so honored to be part of this magnificent creation. And I believe we are all connected in a great way and have gotten better over time. We see there is a better way, and we just need somebody to push us that little way, and for us to give thanks to that little push. Who's giving us that push? ONPASSIVE. That is what we do. We give you the push that you need. When so many minorities come together, okay, it becomes a majority. This combined diversity and culture together allows us to dream, and the hopes to instantly break the bonds of society are placed upon us. The more one feels that you are tolerant of the pains against you, guess what's going to happen? The more success will come your way. He said we should refuse to hand any pipes or boxes that will direct or contain us. These corrupt strategies of the past are going to be challenged by ONPASSIVE. We have established a great community of greatness out of absolute thin air. Nobody has told us what to do. Nobody thought it would be possible. We have made it possible, and now it is possible. We have unleashed the dream ability, and if with a good organization that helps to empower you with the best interest to give folks an honest hand up, many, many, many will benefit from your endeavors. I am so honored, he said, to have been part of this magnificent platform. He went on to say, a lot of people talk about instant things, instant meals, instant Kool-Aid. By the way, I have no idea what instant Kool-Aid is. It must be an American thing. Instant coffee and so many instant other things. One thing you never ever hear about is instant success. I've never heard about it before. It's just, it must be marinated in a crock pot, he says, but it also can change with ONPASSIVE. He said, you come into ONPASSIVE, you have instant success without having to go through the blood-sucking processes that many, many other companies want you to go through. With ONPASSIVE, you join us, you have got the ability to have instant success. Why? Because we eliminate many of those business hurdles that get in the way of people having that success. He told us then a little bit of a story about one of his very good friends he's had for many years, okay, who just recently introduced him to what he believed was a scam. He said he was offered a way to obtain traffic for businesses for $3,000. He said, why are people paying this sort of money for this rubbish? We have the blueprint and the muscle to actually do what we say we are going to do. People are going to come flocking to us. They don't need to use these scams, these businesses that all they are doing is ripping people off. ONPASSIVE have the blueprint, and we are going to make it happen. Today, I offer specific timelines. And this was a very important point for the meeting. He said, I have not been able to do this before, to give specific timelines. So let's talk about Founders, the platform. Next week, we will have schedules for different sessions This is going to be in your back office. There's going to be no recordings of them. They're there so that you can schedule your time to make sure you turn up live. And there's also going to be updates within the back office, which is going to be part of this. Sometimes I think of founders and I really want to vomit, he says. He said, we've grown so much past this. Now, if you put founders next to what we are seeing with the new websites every Monday, they are a million miles apart now. They really are. And I think that he wanted to be in a situation where we got to launching to the public and then he was going to revisit the founders. But it's pretty much got on his nerves. He wants to get in there. So it was good in the beginning, but now he said, I've realized it has to go. Changes are needed. He wants to give more value driven for us, the founders, which generates more valued outcomes. He said, be prepared to see dynamic, transparent, and truthful ideas, which will lead to the changes. It is more important that we flow. The flow will be better within founders with the updates and the schedules, etc. of the events. There's also going to be a lot more physical in-person events along with virtual as well. He said that's more efficient and productive. I think we've seen this already. We had the UK and Ireland, we've had the German, we've had the Somalian as well. It makes a huge difference to actually get people together, to get face to face, belly to belly, as he said, and really get a feel for each other. It is a great way not only of meeting fellow founders, new customers, but also to get that message across. Why? Because people pick up on your mannerisms. They can look at you straight in the face and they get much better feel for everything. He said, within our network, in our back office, there will be changes. We need a platform to communicate and to stay connected. We need to be given constructive criticism of our platforms and to create the best way that we can do that. But be very mindful, he said, how you present your criticism is also very important. You can't just go in there and start slagging everyone off on all the rest of it. You have to be mindful of how you use your vocabulary. You cannot have all roses and silk with such a massive endeavor. We just need to address the bumps with honesty. And there's always going to be bumps in the road. He said, but remember, avoid negativity, but have an honest integrity and intention. All good comes from ONPASSIVE. Positive input, that is the most important thing. Whether it be a observation, whether it be something positive, whatever it is, anything that is of the good for the company is going to be important. As long as it comes from the heart, he said, that is the main thing. So next week, the 1st of August, you will see changes in your back office. He said more leaders and managers will have founders updates and access to it. So don't be surprised if you see other people posting there as well. Let's go on to one of the topics that we are probably seeing a lot around that, and that is pending accounts. Now, he has given every single founder who has a pending account in their own accounts the ability to transfer it to somebody else. Now, how do you know if you've got a pending account within your team? Very simply, you log in to your account. On the left-hand side, you go to My Teams. Look over to the right-hand side, and there's a drop-down box. Click on that and it will say pending founders. If you click on pending founders and then hit the search button, it'll pop up with your pending founders. If you scroll all the way over to the right, there is a round icon that has 2 figures in it. That is your transfer button. If you know anybody within your organization that would like to have this account, you get their name and a brand new email. You click that button and up will pop a field. It'll have the old pending accounts person there, and you just put in the new details. Press send and they will get the notification to their emails. He said that we've given the founder's position over a month now for people to activate it. Rather than flushing all of these pending accounts out, he said he wants to give every single one of us, the ability to transfer them to somebody else. But remember, guys, you can only transfer them to existing founders. Remember, that foundership position has been closed. So be very careful how you're advertising this. Okay, be very careful who you are transferring them to. This is only for founders. Okay, he said, we have given plenty of time to attract them. They do not seem to be interested. So rather than losing them, he would much rather them go to an existing founder who wants an extra position. The ability to activate a pending founder now is over. If you personally still have pending founders for a short period, and it is going to be for a short period of time, I remember, I think back the last time it was maybe over 7 or 10 days, and that was it over. They have to be willing to pay straight away and activate that account very fast. And they have to be serious about wanting that account. If people are saying, I don't know if I can afford it, then it's not probably for you. If you want it for an extra account, then contact somebody who has got these accounts and they will give it to you. Remember, there's no 2019s left. They're all flushed. It will only be 2020 and onwards. He said, don't be surprised, he said, but the counter on the dashboard when we get the new back office will end up going down. That's because those pending positions will be eliminated from that counter. It will never, ever go up again. There will never, ever be any new founder registrations. Remember, that count that we see is inclusive of that pending founders that we have at the moment. He said refunds have been given around 100 were given out and asked for. He said there's a few that are left, and the hold up on those is just clarification of payments, and we are reaching out to these people right now to give them another means of having their refunds. He said our teams are upbeat, they're really fired up. Well, like I am, as you can probably tell. He said they are ready to bring us the following over market value products, and he mentioned Staff, Mail, Trim, Tracker, Desk, and Bless. He said these are ready to go out to the public. We are so confident they are ready, already over market value and above the market standards that collectively have their very own departments and managers. That's how confident they are. These are going to be standalone products, okay, within the ONPASSIVE ecosystem. That's how big and how confident ONPASSIVE is that they are going to be a success. And the day they are released to the market, they are going to be a disruptive technology. Tomorrow's technology is going to be released today. Now, I don't mean today. That is a metaphoric today. He said, we're then going to be moving on to Academy towards the end of August. And then that's going to be ready and looked at. And then after that, shortly, we'll be having a look at Connect. He said, we take every product as a standalone to see how the business would be successful, a life-changing technology. This will make a massive impact. And he said, now start adding the products, the values, and this will be so high. 23 products that we now know are in the final tweaking of the releasing process. Every product is standalone. For an example, Mail is a life-changing product. One product will take you there where you want to go as far as financial freedom is concerned. That is massive, guys. Just one of these products will give you the financial freedom that you desire. He said in the last few weeks, we have added more products than any time before. Not the 23 we now completely know, but different concepts and products lines, and some totally AI driven, some on mobile apps, some the combination of the two, and some are going to be completely free. He said, money follows value. When you have value, people will come and they will find what they want. Instant business, then instant success. Some new products will be released through this year and some next. And one of the products will connect the vast majority of the digital world and get this, guys, it's gonna be free. He said, I can't give details at the moment. Well, he gave us details, but I can't give you the details of what it was, but it will go absolutely viral. I cannot tell you how excited I was to hear what he said about this one product. He said there's also going to be another one that will be disruptive to the education system. And then we're not talking about OConnect here, guys. This is something completely different. And again, I'm sorry, but I cannot give you these details. I was blown away with the possibilities of these two products. I'll tell you what, it was a webinar to remember as far as I'm concerned. So money follows value. He said, do the work today to get paid tomorrow. So let's just recap then what he went over. He said, we're just working on one thing. We have teams and still onboarding an expert data scientist. He said the last week, more today, AI is a core strategy of every one of our technologies, and we are building on that. We are attracting top talents from all cores of business. In other countries, there are viral parts of the business that we don't even know about. And I'm not just talking about Hyderabad, he said. We have products that will shock you, literally shock you. If I told you about them, you wouldn't believe me anyway. And that's not because you don't trust me, he said, but because you would think I'm absolutely crazy. He used that word again. He said, if you give people what you want, what they want for their life, you will get what you want for your life. We are going to be building people and getting them to their destination. And I think we've seen that now over the last few weeks and months now, how many more people are stepping up, how we are building these people up, and they are getting so good now at coming out of their shells. It's fantastic to see. This is a fulfilling mission, he said. It is our joy to give people what they want so they can get to where they want to go. This is nothing short of a paradigm shift. I said we have a hybrid payment structure that's going to be fair, and you will see the results yourselves. Founding members and then customers, and then those customers will become resellers. But remember this, guys, how are they all going to get there at the beginning? Through you. Through a founder. That is the only way they can get there. Whether they come in as a freebie or whether they come in as a paid, they have to go through a founder. This is why it's revolutionary. This is why it is something that we have never ever seen before. We have not finalized the global leader's name, he said, and we have also not finalized the name of the agents, he said, but we will have multiple ONPASSIVE factories with hundreds of products, and most are going to be pre-sold due to their demand. We are going to advertise, we're going to get the word out there, and people, like they do with Apple for the phones, what do? They pre-order. ONPASSIVE will be exactly the same, and then we will be considering a higher package for distributors. We haven't got the details of this, but this is something further on down the line. He said also in the pipeline, first is a plan for physical events for founders to be invited to more official and on the side interviews. He wants people to be able to step up to the mark, be interviewed by radio and TV, he said, and be able to talk about what impact that ONPASSIVE has had on their life and their lifestyle. He said he cannot wait for them to share their stories. Real impact on lives, on their issues, all taken care of by ONPASSIVE. Multiple physical events and communications with products and companies are resuming all of what the compound marketing was done in Dubai. He went on, talked a little bit about this, that it's never stopped. He said, but as far as on the Burj Khalifa, he said that has stopped, but that will be resuming very shortly. The marketing has not stopped at all. It's been there all the time since March. Remember, he told us he'd paid for 16 months worth of it. He said now influencers and bloggers who have been filming in Dubai What are they seeing in the background? Yep, they're seeing ONPASSIVE because it's on the screens all over the place. He said, we've been building the brand in the subconsciousness of millions upon millions of people because of the branding. And when we ask for their hand, they are really going to be ready to commit. He said he had a little bit of a confession. We are growing so big and so fast, it really is stressing him out. And we have to bring it down a few notches. Remember I said earlier on in this presentation, the bigger you get, the more negativity and the more doubters and the more people are going to target you. And I think this is happening a little bit more now to Ash than he actually thought might happen. So he wants to drag it down a few notches as far as how fast we are going. He said every month the number of products available will increase. He said, but each product will have its own commissional structure. He said, but as far as how fast we are going to grow, he said, we have got so much in place right now. He said, it's more important for us to concentrate on this stage. He said, the last thing I'm going to bring up now is guests. The free products will unlimited usage will bring people in by the millions, and they will come in through your referral links. We are going to be the hunted guys. There will be no need to go out there and plead for people to come to ONPASSIVE. They know you're a founder. It's in their memory. They remember you from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago when you approached them about ONPASSIVE. They're going to see it everywhere. It's going to be in the back of their mind. They're going to say, I remember ONPASSIVE. Who was it who showed it to me? It was you. And where are they going to come? They're going to be ringing you. They're going to be emailing you. They're going to be texting you and say, Red, I want to know more about ONPASSIVE. And that's when you give them your referral link. Anyway, guys, that's it for the recap. Look at all those people. Lots and lots of people on there. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your attendance. I really haven't got time to say hello to many people. I really am sorry. I think I've been here long enough now for all of you. Remember, guys, the full recap is in your back office under updates by Peter Sarer and Janet Butler and also Mr. Darryl Cook. Go and have a look at it. It's a great read. It really is. I hope I've done it some sort of justice. I hope I've managed to clarify a few things for you so you understand things a little bit better. But as always, when you can, please try and join us live on these webinars because you get so much more out of it. You get the feel of it. You get to understand what the passion of our CEO, Ash Mufareh, is all about. I'm fired up. I'm ready to take this to the next level. I sincerely hope you guys are as well. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel for the first time, I'd love to have you subscribe to this channel. Just click that button, the subscription button underneath. Make sure you hit that bell as well, and you'll be notified every single time I upload more videos. That's it from me. Bye for now.